final day of the Madrid Championship just wrapped up, and for the elite individual women, it really came down to which Emma would end up on top. As for the elite men individual, Lazar pretty much had it locked in before the final event, but just 18 points separated 2 through 5, leaving the podium still wide open. The final day started with a test to the midline. It was fast and heavy, but not until athletes got through a row buy-in of 60-40 cals. Then came the GHDs and a more than 500-pound yoke carry for the men and just over 350 for the ladies. And man, was it an exciting race. First to the GHDs was Valentina Rangel, but she soon fell off in the first round. All eyes were then on Emma Tall and Amy Kringle as they went toe-to-toe between the GHDs and yoke carry. Then, towards the end of the third round, Emma McQuaid stepped on the gas and joined the race. At that point, her and Tall were literally going step for step on the yoke, but it was McQuaid who crossed first by just 1 second.
It was awesome. Emma's GHD seemed to be 1 rep faster than mine around. So I just knew if I sprinted to the yoke, I would be able to get her. So it worked out. I definitely feel like I'm a wee bit more like myself, like last night and today. Friday and Saturday morning was just a complete blur. But no, really happy, excited.
The action was just as intense in the elite men's final heat. Most athletes getting to work on the GHGs around or under 215. That's when the race began between Lazar Djukic, Nikita Yundov, Travis Mayer, and Yelahosta. Watching the four of them, it looked like anyone's race, but once they got to round 3, if you didn't look in lane 1, you would have missed seeing Oleg Slashenko jumping into the mix. At that point, him and Yelahosta separated from the group and crossed the finish line at the exact same time.
I had a pace in my mind, but I got frustrated with my belt. It was too tight. I couldn't breathe on the rower, so I did it off, and then accelerated, and then the frustration worked out. I had so many things not going well last day, and today it's all my strength, so I hope for more finishes in the top.
For the final workout, it was a classic CrossFit style with the leading men and women closing out the event. 50 chest to bar, 30-24 on the bike, 20 double dumbbell thrusters, and crossing the finish line with a 65-foot sled push. Any athlete in the top 10 on either leaderboard finished their chest to bars in under a minute. But then when they hit the Echo Bike, the first athlete, both men and women off the Echo Bike, was not the first to cross the finish line. For the men, Aniol Eki made it first to the tank with no one within striking distance, securing his event win. On the women's side, we've been keeping our eye on the race between Emma Tall and Emma McQuaid. Tall was able to hang on to a top 3 finish, becoming the more dominant Emmas of the weekend. Your men's elite podium is Lazar Djukic, Aniol Eki, and David Sharon-Keep. While the men's field was full of athletes looking to break through and make a name for themselves, Lazar Djukic was coming off 2 consecutive top 10 finishes at the games. A potential risk for Lazar to compete against a field like this and not win, but it doesn't seem like he had any concerns about what his level of fitness was, and his performance this weekend speaks to that. An important win for Lazar as he continues to build up a resume that's becoming increasingly impressive.
I was actually pretty stressed before coming here since I wasn't feeling my best. Games were 5 weeks ago. I took 2 or 3 weeks completely off, and I had a crazy fast prep for this competition, so I was feeling a bit tired as soon as I started training. It was a bit weird, but panned out good at the end. I feel like every athlete that didn't go to the games kind of peaked for this competition, because this was the biggest competition in Europe, and I feel like the competition was in a level of semi-final, kind of super semi-final, since some guys from US came. So it feels good knowing that at my 85%, let's say, I can do this, and I knew even if I make some slip up, I'm good overall enough so I can pull ahead, and that's what happened. I just needed a good wave from the start. I took event win in the second workout, and I just tried to ride the wave, and that was it.
And your women's elite podium is Emma Tall, Emma McQuaid, and Manon Angones. The women's field was particularly interesting as 2 European women on the podium weren't at the games this year. Tall due to illness, and Angones, who failed to submit her score on time during quarterfinals. Emma Tall finishing ahead of McQuaid is especially impressive as McQuaid came off back-to-back 12th place finishes at the games and winning 2021 Wodapalooza.
I don't know what to say, it's amazing. Yeah, it's my first ever, it's the first time I ever win a competition.
And that's a wrap for our first in-person competition of the off-season. All of our recap shows were brought to you by Tier. Thanks for following us through all of the action in Spain. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.